mellowb1rd, in my opinion, is a poltergeist hoaxer. Now, what motivates him to make more poltergeist videos? Probably the hits, probably the views, the popularity. Maybe to be the #1 poltergeist video channel on YouTube. And his videos have been copied all over the place, represented as authentic on various paranormal channels. And I, too, was suckered into his kitchen videos where his kitchen stuff is flying all over the place. But quite frankly, if there's one fake on someone's reputation, it tarnishes it. So whether he has had authentic poltergeist activity, I have to dismiss and assume it's fake. It's kind of like the boy who cried wolf. The boy who cried wolf said, "Oh, a wolf's gonna kill me." And everyone rushed to the boy, and he was just playing a prank. And there is no wolf. And when the wolf actually came, and the boy's like, "I'm dying, I'm getting ripped to shreds," no one believed him, and the boy died. It's an analogy that you can relate to these paranormal hoaxers on YouTube. If they happen to come across authentic activity or authentic cases, if they're known for hoaxing, even just once, their credibility goes out the window. This mellowb1rd guy, I liked his kitchen video. I thought it was pretty cool. It went viral, and a lot of people copied it. I think the first time I saw it, it had like many thousands or 1 million views or something, and it wasn't even on his channel. So I had to track down his channel, and I was really disappointed in this obviously fake video. Let's take a look real quick. Glass smashes on Ouija board, the aftermath. It's clearly 100% faked. I'll tell you how he did it and show the obvious proof of it being fake. Okay, so we see a glass on his Ouija board that just broke. We see some bad acting. Bad acting seems to be a repeating theme amongst hoaxers. They think they can fool us with their Academy Award-winning acting when they don't even grasp the concept that if you're going to throw acting into a hoax, maybe take a few more takes until you sound a little genuine. We hear a strange sound, which sounds like a gun being cocked. So mellowb1rd goes on this long rant about how it's not a gun being cocked or a gun shooting the glass. And I agree. He wouldn't admit that it's not. He puts attention on how it's definitely not a gun being cocked because it's a magic illusion, magic trick glass. He always uses the same glass every single time. Not in a single one of his glass breaking videos is it a different glass, because it's always the same glass, probably from the same magic shop or online shop. I'm going to have to track it down and try to find this magic glass if it's not custom made. This mellowb1rd guy knows the glass is going to be shattered in advance. The reason we know this is because before the glass shatters, he squints his eyes and turns his head to protect his eyes from the glass that has yet to shatter. So he knows it's coming. But take a look at his expression. Look at him turning away from the camera, squinting, and immediately turning back because he doesn't want to make it too obvious that he was protecting his head, but he clearly was. He put on his "I believe" shirt to mock people that do believe. And hilariously, he claims he didn't know it was filming.
Oh, sweet.
I was filming.
The camera was rolling.
Oh, sweet. The camera was rolling. He pretends he didn't know the camera was rolling. He throws his additional bad acting into the mix to tip us off with more red flags that he's fake. There are many magical tricks you can buy, such as the Glass Breaking Tray Pro or baloney bottle or baloney glass. It's a magic glass that breaks with minimal pressure or minimal substance touching it, easily hideable, and I believe that is even a more possible scenario with his broken glass. One thing we do know for sure is mellowb1rd squinted and turned his head knowing it was going to shatter. Whether it was a magic illusion trick, it was a setup, and it's something mellowb1rd has done over and over and over again, breaking these same glasses. He went out of his way to hoax chairs being stacked. Poltergeist caught stacking chairs on video. Unbelievable paranormal activity. So he trolls his own fan base. And this video was posted on May 7th, 2012. And then, 5 days later, on May 12th, 2012, he fesses up to using green screen, chroma keyed, one of those suits, a green suit, and editing skills to stack the chairs. The only reason he came clean on this is because people found out. They saw the proof. They debunked him in the comments section and proved it was fake. So instead of deleting the video, where he knows people probably already downloaded it, he creates oh no, I just made this to give an example of how someone could hoax it. But he didn't say that 5 days in a row. He wanted his audience to think he was real. So he hoaxed, then 5 days later came clean. But only came clean to save face, and then twisted and manipulated the reason why he made the video. But he has a repeating theme of all these hoaxers. He's a bad actor. A lot of red flags all over the place. But his descriptions and his responses to the skeptics are really a huge tip-off for me. Just looking at a random description of one of his random poltergeist videos, which he faked, this is what he wrote. So the evil demon, summoned forth from the very depths of hell, must be feeding on all the supernatural energy gathering in the ether around Halloween, because in an awesome display of violent paranormal activity, it threw a plastic airlock at me. The sheer terror of it is overwhelming. This poltergeist must have been imbued with awesome powers of telekinesis by the devil himself. Or maybe I'm haunted by the ghost of a pro baseball player, because this apparition has one hell of a throwing arm. I mean, that airlock was heavy, like the weight of a packet of cigarettes once you've smoked about half of them. And yes, I'm being sarcastic. As evidence of the unexplained, this is one of the poorer efforts from this entity, mellowb1rd. So mellowb1rd, he hates his skeptics with a passion because he's fake. Let me tell you something about my skeptics, and I have many. My many skeptics, I say, I see your perspective, I respect it. I can't prove demons exist. I can't prove poltergeists exist. And I'm not going to be angry at you for not believing in them. Because if I didn't witness it with my own eyes for approximately 6 months straight of a demon living in my room, co-inhabiting it with me in the year 2011, if I didn't experience it firsthand myself, I would be skeptical. I would approach it from the angle of, maybe I heard about something like that on Unsolved Mysteries or one of those paranormal TV shows. Very interesting, rare scenario. I would have an open mind, but I wouldn't know 100%. I would be a little bit skeptical myself. So when people are skeptical of me, I try to see their perspective, and I don't violently hate them for their perspective. But mellowb1rd does violently hate his skeptics with a passion. Proof that he's mad, that they don't believe in his hoaxes, his artwork. He sees it as a masterpiece, Mona Lisa, and the people that debunk it and prove it false, he's violently mad at them because he knows that he's the biggest skeptic himself and he doesn't believe in any of this stuff. He's making this for what he thinks are stupid idiots. And he's really clogging the airwaves of legitimate research in this field. I have a legitimately passionate determination to study the field of poltergeist activity because it happened to me. But this guy doesn't have that passion. One thing he does have a passion for is being the #1 poltergeist YouTuber on YouTube and getting the views. He hates his fellow competitors who also hoax poltergeist activity. How do I know this? I know this because of this singular comment to one of mellowb1rd's #1 poltergeist hoaxing competitions on YouTube. mellowb1rd wrote to this fellow hoaxer, he said, "Is someone else going to tell him, or shall I?" And the comment is in reference to a video and an entire channel someone dedicated to debunking this other poltergeist hoaxer that is mellowb1rd's competition. Another thing I want to say just briefly is these poltergeist hoaxers have many, many, many things in common, but one of the things they have in common that I haven't mentioned yet is none of them sit down and say, you know what, I think it's this, I think it's that, and give a detailed description of all the ways they've tried to banish it from their home or contemplating leaving their home. The reason they don't go into any philosophical lengths beyond, is that a ghost or a demon? I don't know. The reason they don't go into any lengths of what is this is because they already know what it is. It's a hoax. There's nothing there. It's video editing software, little tiny invisible strings, little tiny magic tricks from the magic shop or an online website, or a little trick they made themselves. It's never an actual entity, which kind of takes me off, because I did experience actual poltergeist activity, and I'm 100% dead serious about that. Concerning mellowb1rd's competition, that will be in the next video that I make. I'm going to keep the identity a little secret because I don't want to publicize and advertise these guys. Part 2 in Poltergeist Hoaxers will mention this competition of mellowb1rd. Until next time, this has been John Razimus with Hoax Hunter. Be seeing you.